And this morning Scramble Flashback is brought to you by Downtown Stillwater.
Crazy Days is a citywide sales event in which Stillwater stores have sidewalk sales and large discounts. Hi, this is Amy Jo Frazier with Downtown Stillwater, and I'd like to invite you to experience Crazy Days right where it began. Join us downtown from July 17th through 19th and check out all the incredible specials from your downtown merchants. For more information, go to downtownstw.com or follow us on Facebook. Hope to see you in beautiful, historic Downtown Stillwater.
Start your day the right way. It's the Morning Scramble with Steve Daniels, weekday mornings from 7 to 9:30. The Morning Scramble is packed with daily interviews about Stillwater and the surrounding area. Every morning, Steve's joined by the movers and shakers in our community. You'll know everything going on in Stillwater and the great people that make it all happen. And on the good days, there's a little wit and wisdom along the way. The Morning Scramble with Steve Daniels, weekday mornings from 7 to 9:30 on Triple Play Sports Radio.
Stillwater's Morning Scramble still raining at 10 minutes away from 9 o'clock, and raining pretty good here in downtown Stillwater.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And Brad Rickelman is in.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Doing a Lawrence Welk imitation. Do that one more time. Boy,
wonderful, wonderful.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, I think it was right with the bubbles, but there's no bubbles, so that threw me off.
Well, we'll have bubbles in here later on.
There you go.
So what's going on at Meridian Technology?
Well, awesome, because next Thursday is our Business for Breakfast. And this month, we've got a kind of an interesting speaker. He's going to come talk about delegating, the art of delegation, which really is kind of an interesting issue for any business, let alone a small business. Anyone who manages people. It's
hard to delegate. And what they're going to tell you, I think, you delegate to the lowest person that's capable of doing that job. Is that right or wrong?
You're right. But what happens is, and this is the thing, particularly in small businesses, is the owner or the manager thinks no one can do it as well as I, so I'll just go, right? I'll just go ahead and do it. And that's so the paradox is you're right. You want to push it down. You want people down in your ranks to do work. You want them to pick up these things. But the leader says, well, no one will do it the way I want it done, so I'll just go ahead and do it. But you can't do everything. And so so the paradox is that they want something done, but they won't let others do it because they're not going to do it exactly the same way. But a good manager understands that and realizes, you give broad, you say, like you just said, you broadly, here's what we need to get done. And then it may not be exactly the way you want it done, but you know what? If it gets done and it gets done on time, that's why you hire people, right?
And it doesn't have to be the exact same way you would do it.
I know, and that's for me the hardest thing.
Me too.
But that ability to, so anyway, it's going to be a great talk, and it'll be a great thing.
And our ego also doesn't want to let go of things.
It doesn't. No, not at all. And so I think that's the other part of it is that there's this belief that no one can do it as well as I do. Well, they very well may be able to do it not only as good, but better.
Is there the fear of just that, training your replacement?
I think deep down there is, because there's a certain amount of where you become not necessary to the operation of your business, right?
Right.
And I think that's
you don't want to be
something.
Non-essential.
Right. You want to be involved. You want to be in on the stuff. And sometimes it takes it's hard to step away a bit and go,
it is.
Guess what? They don't need me in the kitchen right now, and there's a real status where you go, wait a minute.
And then they say, well, Brad makes the most money and does the least. So We got a caller on the line.
We have a caller. Excellent.
Good morning. You're on the Scramble. Hi.
Good morning, gentlemen. Wow, I love this topic because I'm just going, in my opinion, it's all about trust and control.
Right.
And, the two in a manner speaking go hand in hand. Do I trust that you're going to do it, like you guys say, in the way I want to do it? And it's about controlling the work and making sure that you're doing what I say. If I don't have both of those opinions or thoughts of you, it's not going to work. And you're going to have that boss that's wanting to do it all himself for a whole lot of reasons. Ego's one of them, protecting themselves, all these different things. Interesting thing, my wife and I, in an evening discussion one night, but she threw out a nice little statement that I tend to use and train on, and it's unspoken expectations are preconceived resentment. And if you think about that, I woke her up the next morning to talk to her more about that statement, which was a mistake. But it was...
Now say that again. Say that again, Joe.
Unspoken expectations are preconceived resentment. And it so pertains to everything in life, because they haven't told you what it is I'm expecting of you. And I think that in a lot of ways in the workplace, that's where it applies the most, because so many bosses that I've seen, they don't tell you what they expect from you, truly tell you down to the nth degree what it is they expect of you. But when you blow it, they're coming back, well, why'd you do it like that? Well, you didn't tell me anything else. And you're setting them up. They're always going to fail because you haven't told them what you expect of them. And I love the topic. I love where.
Now, as a manager yourself, if you're really confident, then you love to delegate to someone who can actually do that job better, right? If you're confident in where you are.
Yeah, and I think that the ego plays into it so much in so many ways. Yes, if you have confidence, if you trust your people. It's funny. I was just having a discussion with my son, who's in the workforce really for the first time, about these types of topics, and he was saying that he is a detail kid, and he wants all the information before he needs to go out and actually do something. So he asks questions, and some bosses don't like it when you ask questions. And for him, he needs answers before he can feel confident about going out and doing the job. And I said, when you get in the right situation, and, there's a right situation for everyone, but when you get in the right situation, you're going to be working with people that value people that ask questions. It doesn't show weakness, it shows strength, it shows confidence, that you're trying to get the job done right. And so when you say, it takes a confident leader, right. I think it does. And so, boy,
that's wonderful.
I love where you're going with it.
Very
So
good.
when is this meeting? Where is it? And who's doing it?
You betcha. It's next Thursday at the Center for Business Development, which is at Meridian Technology Center, 7:30 in the morning. It's free. I even supply the coffee and the donuts.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's on, so that's at 1414 South Sanger Road. And so...
you really ought to ask somebody to do that for you.
Do what?
Get the donuts and coffee.
Oh, I could delegate it.
Keep with the theme. Have the kids do it.
There you go. Well, actually, Meridian, they prepare it, and their food program does all that work. That's really nice.
So you've already got that taken care of.
But yes, it's next Thursday, so we'd be delighted to have you there. And I usually put signs out to make it a little easier, but it's the green-roofed, freestanding building there on the south side of Meridian's campus, and it's got its own entrance, and we'd love to have you there because I think it's a topic that's relevant to anyone who's doing and thank you for the call. This is wonderful because this is, each month, I've been doing this for 5 years, so I've had 60 speakers. So every month I'm always looking for new speakers, and I try to make it relevant to small business.
Joe would be a great speaker.
Well, there we go. He'll have to come by and let's talk, and it's trying to find things that are relevant to business owners, because that's really what we're doing at the incubator. So,
hey, before I let Joe go here, I'm going to ask him a kind of an offbeat question, if that's all right. We'll go away from Meridian.
Sure.
Joe, did anybody ever get a hold of you about when you were meeting to exercise a boomer?
Yeah, yes.
She did, okay.
Yeah, she did. We've actually had several people. We, like I said, we moved the thing around a little bit, and we ended up in Couch Park one day, and a guy and his wife rode by on their bikes and said, "Oh, are you guys the exercise group I heard about on the radio?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Do you mind if we join?" And I was like, "Absolutely." So they came and did that, and then a young lady called us that had heard about it on the show, and you left me the message. So
right,
yeah,
she let me know that she was trying to join that group. So I thought that was kind of cool. So
yeah, we're having a lot of fun with it. But thank you for sending her our way.
Well, we're the little matchmaking station here, if nothing else. So. Hey, I appreciate it. And
have a good one. We'll see you.
You too.
Yeah,
bye.
bye-bye.
There you go.
Well, and his point about expectations, too often we concentrate when we delegate something, we concentrate on doing it a certain way, right? I want you to pick this file and send it over here and then do it this way, rather than, as he says, concentrating on what are your expectations. I need it by 5 o'clock tomorrow. I want to have this kind of a printout, and this is what I want it done, and then let the person concentrate on how he or she's going to do that is fine. But these are my expectations. Too often we're saying, I want it, you first got to you tell them how to do something, but that you hired someone, right, to be able to do something. Instead, say, my expectation is, like you're saying for the engineers, is whenever I press the little green button, things happen. And if they don't happen, then I don't care how things are set up, I've got to have this, or whatever it would be. And so you set the expectation, and now that person knows that, at this time, I need this kind of thing. And that's what we often overlook is, what do I want done, not how to do it. And I think that's the hardest part for us, because we're usually very good at what we do. And it's like, here's exactly how you do. Well, that's not exactly what the outcome is you have a show, you do these other things. And that's where the boss or the manager has to do things. So it should be a great thing.
So the delegating thing will be next Thursday.
Next Thursday. So that'll be fun. So anyway, we're looking forward to that. It's the third Thursday of each month. So listeners, you can always look on the Meridian website, and it'll tell you what the next topic is. But regardless, if it's a third Thursday, other than in December, because I kept running into Christmas issues, but, we're going to have somebody speak, and that's what we're there for. Anyway.
Very good.
You betcha.
Anything else going on at Meridian we want to talk about?
Well, I'm doing a talk on a separate topic for the Payne County Home-Based Business Association. They have a little association at the Payne County Expo building. I don't know if you've had Suzette Barta come speak once.
I think we have once.
Yes, and so I'm going to be doing a talk there about. They wanted somebody to talk about social media, not my favorite topic, but so I decided what I would do is I called it befriending your customers. And really talk about creating a customer relationship, and whereas social media, that's really the advantage of a social media is to create this relationship, but concentrate more on the relationship building than, this Facebook page or this Twittering or whatever those kinds of things would be. So anyway,
so that's not really your thing.
So social media is not my strongest area, although it's something I use. There are people that are real pros at that, but that's on the 22nd. And so if anyone is a home-based business or a really like micro business, they could call Suzette Barta at the Payne County Expo building, and she can make that. So those are two things coming up in the next week or two while it's hot, although not today. Come in and do some things that'll help you learn to be a better business person and keep your business more successful.
Sounds good.
It'll be fun.
So, and you've got a TV gig out of this today.
Well, I hope so. I'm looking forward to that.
Christy wanted Brad to go on TV 31 for their morning edition.
Well, that'd be swell. I'd enjoy it very much.